Hello. Just wanted to reflect on some things here. Um, I know about antinatalism and pessimism since at least like 2010. And like I said before here, I had a blog back in the day, back in 2010, until 2015 or so. After that, my life kind of had changed a bit. And I was severely depressed. So I stopped, you know, fo- focusing my thoughts on antinatalism to try and get back on my feet and everything. So basically, I deleted the blog, and well, some time has passed since then, and as the years went by, I kind of had this idea that maybe, sometimes you kind of like reflect upon some thoughts you had, you know, about life and things, about God, about existence, you know. And sometimes I even see myself like fluctuating about like thinking about God or something. And sometimes, like right now, I am like very atheistic in a sense. When I was writing a blog, I wasn't like I don't know if I was if I was atheist strictly, but I thought that it doesn't matter, right? Either God exists or don't. So basically, it kind of doesn't matter for the argument. But since then, I've been thinking about God and everything, and one of the things I that kind of pushed me to anti-natalism again uh, was the last year I had, I never had, cats and pets. I had pets before, but they weren't. I had like small pets like birds, hamsters, And when I got to meet, these stray cats that I take care of, that I feed uh, in the parks near my home, near my house, I began, to feel like in love with life, in nature, you know, and but it is kind of at the same time it kind of is like unavoidable because when you start to think about things about the way they live their lives, especially like stray animals like stray cats, and the dangers in their lives, and what even like feeding the cats, so when I started to thinking upon all of this again about life, it kind of ends on the same area, always like there's suffering and I can't you know do much anything about it. So there's no way to avoid the point, kind of like. But at the same time, I kind of was severely depressed again last year. I don't know if it was because stopped taking, medication, and so I was very, very, depressed last year. Like this second semester of 2019 was very rough, and I almost like I had like suicidal thoughts like every day. I cried a lot, and I was, in the middle of the hurricane. So at the same time, like the animals, the cats that I take care of, they kind of help me with this. Today I see that today I am a little more calm. So I see that the cats they help me to give life meaning. You know, I help them. I feed them, and I see that they need help. With small things, small diseases, things like that. And I think at the same time, I think like, what if those cats, what if when we say like in antinatalism, when we say like let's stop all life, uh, it's kind of at the same time it's kind of like you are making this assumption, like you know that life, that it's kind of like you say that you don't like, life, you know. But at the same time, I like these animals, I like them. I like the way they are. I know they live, very rough lives, in nature. Uh, but at the same time, they bring me, happiness, and I know this sounds like very selfish points, but at the same time, I think that sometimes in intellectualism we are kind of like, I know it is not this, but it seems to me that we are making like a judgment, and like saying like we don't. When you say we don't want any life to suffer, but at the same time there will be no life, and that's the point of the argument, right? So at the same time, we're saying we don't want life, but at the same time, life makes us feel alive. So while we are alive, you know, it's very hard unless you go like for the the red button scenario, because I take it from me like these cats that I take care of, they are helping me out of you know the depression, and I help them. So and I know they will die, and that's terrible, you know. Um, but I don't know what would I do? What would I do? Without them by now, After I meet those cats and I started feeding them and helping them, it kind of gave my life meaning, If I don't have them, I kind of feel like I don't have meaning anymore. So sometimes it kind of feels like anti-nihilism. We are making, these. I know the meaning, the inner meaning of you know, the argument. I know what it means, but it feels like we are going against, we are becoming enemies of the things we are, trying to defend in a way. it's very complex. Like it's very hard because I feel that it's very hard to come to terms with, not wanting life to exist, but at the same time, life kind of makes us, you know. So there's no way we could live with, with the world, you know, not existing anymore. So either we talk about a red button scenario, you know, all things go away in the small amount of time, the smallest amount of time possible, because it's very hard and I don't know, man. I just don't, you know. I love those cats. I love animals, I love them very much. And I understand all the points, If you come across this video, I understand all the anti-nihilism propositions. I've read Benatar, I see I watch the videos, I understand it. So, but the point is, it's very hard because at the same time, you're kind of like going against life. I feel in a way, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's just a feeling. It's just a feeling. But anyway, uh, I just wanted to make this little reflection, I guess. See you.